what is going on, guys? Tony here, CCxRC, and today I've got a monster truck that is under $100 for you. Four-wheel drive, 1/18th scale Dromida. Now, it's not a solid axle monster truck, but it does have Chevron tires, as you can see right here. I've actually already had mine out to run, and it was a lot of fun. Got some footage for that at the end of the video for you guys to watch and see how it does. These are only available in your local hobby shop. So I picked this up at Hobbytown in Newport News. I was there with my mom and dropped her off or something. Hit up the Hobbytown while I was there. Saw this on the shelf. Thought, you know, people are always looking for a cool monster truck to get around Christmas time. But parents only want to spend so much on a Christmas present, especially if they're getting into the hobby for the first time. That's what's really cool about this one. It's pretty capable, I'll say that. It did well off my jumps in my backyard, all of that, but it's fully ready to run. Not only do you get the controller, the truck, but you also get the batteries and the charger to run it. So in the bag, you will receive 4 AAA batteries that are in this pack. I did not use those. I didn't realize it came with them, and I was in a rush to get some run footage while there was still some daylight for you guys. But I already put them in the controller. It's kind of a neat way that it does it. You push the button, it actually slides off, and then there's a little flip top here. Allows you to put your batteries in there. I just have some Rayovac ones in here that I had in my battery drawer. We go through a lot of batteries here with the channel. And then make sure it slides back on the right way. There you go. The radio is very basic, on-off switch here. And then you have steering trims as far as adjusting left and right if it's not driving straight. You can tune that in there, as well as a throttle trim and a reverse button here if your throttle is backwards for whatever reason. It shouldn't be. They should have it all worked out for you out of the box. So it comes with everything you need in the box. It also has a nickel metal hydride battery in here. It's a 1300 milliamp hour battery, and it does all right. You could always upgrade that if you want. It does have the charger here. Very simple USB charger. Plug it into a USB port, or if you have a USB outlet on your wall, that's even better. And then you just plug it right into the battery. It charges up. These are nice, safe batteries for people just getting into the hobby. But it does have independent suspension, like I said. It actually does pretty good. It's pretty plush. These are oil-filled shocks in here, and it even has, I'm looking in the rear, it has adjustability, which they give you here with these little clips that you can put on your shocks for your preload. They're preload spacers. If you want to set the preload to be a little bit different, you just pull down the spring and slip that on, and that'll adjust your preload. So these are $100. It comes with 370 motor in it, is what I believe it is. They are waterproof, so you can get it wet when you're driving it, and it should be a-okay. They usually say they're not submarines, so don't go like, you know, sticking it way underwater. But over on this side is where most of the stuff is going on in the vehicle. You got your 370 motor here. You've got your 20 amp ESC and receiver all-in-one combo unit, little bind button here. For that, and then you've got your servo. I don't know why I was blank on that. It's a little micro servo there with the Servo Saver attached to it right here. Helps with some of that impacts. As you can see, most of the components up here are plastic, and they just pop on little ball studs, and they just kind of pop on and off, which is good. Usually don't break stuff that much. You can see it's pretty flexible. Takes a pretty good beating. I was out there bashing it pretty good. We'll show you that at the end of the video again. The shocks up front here have springs, but they are oil-filled shocks. A little bit of dampening there. It does have spring clips that can go on here, or shock clips. They're basically for your preload clip. So you can adjust this, how far down you're preloading your shocks, with the different included clips that it comes with. The battery is a 7.2 volt, 1300 milliamp hour nickel metal hydride battery, and these work pretty good. They do, you know, slow down over time as your battery power goes down. You actually start to lose power. That's when LiPo is nice. These are not rated really for LiPo, but if you're pretty good, the main reason they don't rate it is it doesn't have low voltage cutoff, so you have to be pretty good about knowing how long you can run it and not drain your battery too much. So that is the thing. You could run a 2S LiPo in this if you wanted. Knowing that, you have to be very careful about how much you use it, and it won't automatically shut off when it should, and you might over discharge your battery, which can be dangerous. So it's not rated for it. I recommend just sticking with these. It's fun car at the speed that you get with this. The batteries are cheap. Get yourself a couple, have them charged up, and go out and have some fun with it. Plastic shock towers, plastic bumpers, you know, the Chevron tires. I feel like there's a little bit of foam in there, maybe. It's a little bit of push. So overall, it's a pretty good little 18th scale monster truck. For $100, it's really fun. You get everything you need. Parts are cheap for it. New motors, if you got to get a new motor, is really cheap. Micro servos aren't very expensive. But again, the cars themselves, you got to pick up at your local hobby shops. Little battery tray just slips on here. You put in 2 of these little clips and it'll hold it in place and it's ready to go. I've already recharged mine up. I'm going to take it out and run it again tomorrow, get some more footage in the daylight of it running for you guys, and we'll have some of that over on Instagram, so you'll want to check that out. If you're not following us on Instagram, just look up CCxRC. Very easy to remember, but we're charged up and we'll just put these on and we're ready to go in the morning. So I really like it. For $100, it's a great entry-level little RC. It's small. You can carry it in your backpack with you places, and it makes it just easy to take with you. And for $100, four-wheel drive and being a monster truck, it's a pretty good little deal. The other things are going to be a lot smaller, 24 scale and stuff like that, that you'll get into at that price point. And so this is just kind of a fun entry-level RC to get into. A little bit more, you can get into an ECX amp. Again, also something you pick up at your hobby stores. If you want to spend a little bit more money than that even, the low C, the Mini T, and the Mini Bs. So if you guys are looking for an inexpensive way into the hobby, get immersed in the hobby grade with changeable parts, all of that, ready to run, this is a good way to do it. It also does have Phillips head hardware on here. On the bottom you can see the chassis, but the screws in that are Phillips, so you don't have to buy new tool kits to work on it. And that's good for when you're just starting. We like to get hex stuff for the more advanced things. But when you don't have all the tool kits, that's very nice that it is able to be worked on with just your standard screwdrivers and things like that. So something to think about. Anyway, guys, hope you are having fun. And if you're getting into the hobby, have fun RCing. We'll catch you next time.